Good evening, good evening. Welcome to my new channel, Dave Sees Taekwondo. This channel is brand new. I'm gonna try something different where it's gonna have a whole bunch of different stuff on this channel, guys. Um, I'm gonna do everything from I've got gonna do from character stories. I'm gonna reach out and try to do a fictional story on a character. Um, it's going to be involving studying martial arts, and it's going to go into another channel that I do thing. And then here's Mama D.
Hello.
Hello. I was just getting ready to tell them what I was about to do with the channel, and I was just telling them, I said one of the things that I plan on doing is I want to get into a little bit of doing a storytelling, fictional storytelling with a character, and watch this character develop through the martial arts, and a
Right.
little, doing a little bit of background of course, it's going to be, obviously, it's going to be based on this angel, because on here I am the angel.
Oh,
We can't let no,
okay.
we can't let no bad people on there. No, like Mike, troublemaker. I tell you, troublemaker.
What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you, Dave? What am I going to do with you?
Nothing, because you like me.
I do like you. I love you, but hey. Oh gosh.
Anyways, but yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this channel. I mean, because I will tell you the fictional stories. It is going to be in conjunction with another channel, which is using my character right now currently, but it's going to overlap into this channel a little bit from a different point of view. Um, so some of it for the story, some of it'll make sense, some of it won't. It just, but the point is to enjoy it. But then along with that, we are going to visit different countries, talk about different cultures.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to find the actual channel so I can subscribe to it.
Yeah, it might be a little bit hard at the point because if it's brand new. I can.
Yeah. I'll
Hold
look for it. I'll look for it.
on.
So
I might be able to.
Dave's, was it Dave's type? How is it? Dave's C. Okay, Dave's C.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll come up that way. It may actually come up. Hold on. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm
That's
going to
all right.
try to switch. You found it?
No, I'm looking. Don't trust me. I'm good in researching stuff. Oop, I think I found it.
What in the heck is going on around here? Somebody. Oh boy, I tell you, things are crazy. You found it?
No, but I'll look for it. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. I'll do it by tonight.
Hold on. Won't even have to do that. Copy. I'll save you the trouble. Okay. I just posted I'm posting. There. I just sent the link to the actual channel. So it should come on and click up, and ooh, you know what, Debbie? You would be number one. I knew you was always number one. But I am looking forward to doing what I'm going to do on this channel.
I'm excited for you about it, quite frankly.
I've been wanting to do something, and I was going to do it off of the Disney Channel, but I'm thinking, you know what? Like Disney to Disney, leave my travel to the travel, which unfortunately, that does cover some Disney because
Right.
everybody travels to Disney. So, so obviously Disney, but this is going to be all about, I mean, the main focus is going to be Taekwondo, but we're going to visit, we're going to visit China, Japan. I mean, we're going to look at different countries and the different types of martial arts and, and then obviously I'm going to do some videos, shorts on, how to do certain things, just showing the skills and studying, like doing,
Right.
oh, it's getting cold. Hold on one second. Must really be it. Maybe that'll warm it up a little bit.
Can you make yourself dinner?
Okay. Yep,
Can you make yourself dinner?
I'm trying to. Yes, I did make dinner. I ate dinner. In fact, I just finished it a little while ago. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to heat the house up a little bit. I mean, obviously, it was still raining, so obviously the temps are dropping really bad outside. Yeah. I don't know if Mike's coming in or not. I haven't heard from him, so he probably is going to sleep.
Yeah.
Obviously it's going to take a little bit of time, once people know about it. And
well, yeah.
We get it out. But, obviously, like I said, and you're going to get to see, I will do different skills on the videos and discuss them. And I'm hoping I can do different angles from the thing. So I'm like, haven't figured out how to do that yet. So I don't, and obviously I'll have to do a lot of editing. So I'll have to talk to somebody that's good at editing on doing those type of videos. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to what I can produce on this channel. And, and in the same process, kick some kabuti if people kick some kabuti around if people want to come in here and causing trouble. I won't mention Mike's name. I mean,
oh my goodness. You are so bad.
I'm an angel. I ain't that. I'm just drawn that. Like Jessica Rabbit says, I'm just drawn that way.
I got it.
No, but I am looking. I really am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to when we can, I'm looking forward to being able to bring people into the chats and those that love martial arts and talk about the different types and the genres. I mean, you got so many different genres of martial arts. I mean, you got jiu-jitsu, you got kung fu, you got different versions of different types of kung fu. You got the Wing Chun and just so many different ones. It's hard to sit here and say. And eventually I'll go through a list of them, and as we're going through things, and and obviously when we're looking at a specific genre of martial arts, we'll talk about the which country it comes from, the culture it comes from.
Right.
We'll learn some terminologies within the martial arts for the gender, whatever system we're studying.
Right.
So you'll get a mixture of everything on here. So I don't know, Debbie. I'm looking really forward to seeing how I can pull this off.
Yeah, I'm really excited for you.
Oh, and I might have to reach out. Might have to reach out to Ron and Jennifer. Now that I know that they know Taekwondo. Y'all might be in trouble come. Y'all might be in trouble come the Baltimore trip.
I'm a little nervous there, Dave.
Huh?
I'm very nervous for you.
Why? I ain't nervous. One thing's for sure, nobody will be able to drag me up on stage and do. Nobody will be able to drag me on stage and do karaoke.
I don't know about that.
But no, I'm looking forward to it, and I mean, it's good, and like I said, my name is Dave, and this is my Taekwondo channel, and we're brand new. We're just starting out, and we're going to keep looking good, and and I'm going to go over my past history of studying and things like that, and keep it forward. And obviously looking forward to doing whatever we can do.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I know a long time ago. Not that I tried what to call it, karate or anything like that. I did try to do self-defense once, years and years ago, when I was very young. And the teacher said to me, I think you
What?
need to the teacher said, I think you just need to carry some was it mace, whatever that thing, that spray was at the time. She goes, I don't know if you can be able to do the self-defense thing.
Well, you're in a good position that you're so low you can hit below the
I
belt.
know, and I said that. I said, hey, wait a minute, I can do something right. I can get them where.
You know what? Anybody can do it. I mean, anybody can learn self-defense. You may not become no, you may not be no top, you may not become no international superstar, but anybody can learn self-defense. Anybody. And I will tell you this, if I can learn it, anybody can learn it. I mean, obviously, and my thing is, and obviously one of the topics I will and obviously one of the things that I will be addressing on this channel will be the fact that, it talk about, competition fighting versus street fighting. That'll be a must. I mean, because obviously everybody knows Taekwondo is definitely known for its fancy kicks and all that, which are good for competition. But what people, sometimes, and I'm sure maybe the time has changed things, but what people don't understand is, yes, they got its fancy kicks. Yes, these fancy kicks get used in competitions and all that, but don't underestimate the fighting skill of someone that knows Taekwondo, because anybody that has studied and it studies good realize there's a difference between competition fighting and standing in the free street fighting and we know that it goes from in less than 30 seconds, you're on the ground fighting. It can become a ground fight. I mean, you're not going to be able to use all these fancy kicks. Can you use your simple kicks like a front kick, a round kick, a crescent kick, those can be used. Those are simple, fast, Now, obviously, it depends on the situation. I mean, if you're facing the gun, then you have to decide whether you're going to fight. But then we'll be talking about fight or flee, a thing. And for those that don't understand what fight or flee means, you simply have two choices when you got an emergency situation, especially if somebody's trying to run you. You have to read the situation. You're either going to fight, which means if you're going to fight, you have to put everything into it, knowing that if you want to come out of it, you're going to have to do whatever you have to do to survive. Or flee, which means you do something to maybe get out of it, or you distract them. You find a way to distract them and open an opportunity and finding an opener. Keep look around you. Maybe distract them and find a way to get away. I mean, it all comes down to the situation. What is your mentality? It's not just one thing. Hey, Debbie, I got my first subscriber on here. Would you care to know who it is?
I wonder who.
Yeah, I wonder who too. Yay, one and climbing. Yay. But no, I mean, and these are legitimately the topics I'm talking about are good topic things, especially for women in self-defense. I mean, the way this world is, you got to understand, there's things that you can do. And I mean, use your weapons. People don't realize that a human body can actually cause more damage than a gun or a knife. If you're properly trained, you can actually do more damage with the human body, with the hands and the feet, than a gun or a thing. Especially if you're wailing away on a person. I mean, but my philosophy is I'm going to do what I got to do to take them down, and then get the hell out of the situation.
Yeah.
I'm going to only escalate. And we're going to talk about what we call escalation of force. Now, if it's just somebody that's arguing with me, then obviously my escalation in retaliation is either I'm going to argue back, or I'm just going to turn away and walk away from it. If they start pushing and shoving, then, I may just use blocks to keep his hands off of me. Right. And then all of a sudden, if they start to try to swing at me, then I'm going to escalate and start, I may use takedowns. I may use throws, anything to escalate it. And then if he starts bringing in weapons, well, then I'm going to escalate and start kicking some, and somebody's going to go down or get injured. But I will only escalate. But that's what I'm talking about, escalation of the use of force. Because obviously, today and age, you have to be calm. Unfortunately, the way people are so happy and the way things are and the way things are with the cops, you just don't know how people are going to react. You don't know how the cops are going to react. You have to justify your use of force. So one thing that I did learn is studying through the cop is the use of force. So we're going to look at that topic. So, and with what I mentioned tonight, hopefully that interests people to learn about this and keep in mind that, for every reaction, you can only escalate one step above the force that they're using in order to quail whatever the situation is.
Right.
And that is if you decide to, and that's why we are also going to look at the subjects of fight or flee syndrome. I mean, sometimes you look at the situation and, you know, like I said, like if they're trying to steal your purse, is it worth fighting over your purse?
Right.
Or is it just let the person steal your purse and you survive? You know, you have to think about that. You know, and then you have to think about, you know, especially like I said, if you choose to flee, then obviously, you know, do what he needs to do. If he's just going to take your purse and run, hand it over, because it's not worth you losing your life over on things that can be replaced. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
and heaven forbid it. Hopefully it doesn't, you know, hopefully it never happens, but that's a reality. This is, you know, life is reality. Bad things happen, you know. So you have to logistically, you have to look at things. So, I mean, obviously, I like the topics that we're talking about here. You know, and you have to realize that when you are going to fight, you have to look for every option when you do it. And then you have to commit to that action. Whatever action you choose, you have to commit to it.
Right.
No, you can't go, you know, if you choose to flee, then choose what your options are. If it's just to hand something over that they're stealing, you know, like if they're trying to take the car, here's the key. I can replace my car. I can't replace my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, oh yeah. It's true. It's very true.
You know, but if I know for a fact, if I do, and you know, sometimes you got to understand and learn to read it. If I know for the fact someone's going to do something and they won't hesitate to kill me, well, then I may choose to fight, because if I'm going to lose my life, somebody I'm going to at least fight to and give me a fighting shot at surviving. And at that point in time, I'm going to escalate to whatever force has been used. You know, whether they're pulling a knife on me or whether they're pulling a gun, you know, and again, I'll have to look at it. If I'm going to fight, you know, look at your surroundings. I mean, if there's more than one, then you may have to be aware of what your situation is and just keep it in mind and all that. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity to be able to discuss these type of topics on this channel.
Yeah.
On live streams.
Definitely. Definitely using that and
and it's not that I'm an expert on anything, but you don't have to be an expert to use common sense.
Yeah. Definitely, you know, and that goes with anything. I mean, unfortunately today, you know, people that want to steal or people want to harm you, they just want to do it. You know, there's nothing that's going to stop them. You know, you could try to talk them out of it. You know, years ago, you know, that was thing. You know, try to be in reason with them. Sometimes that can work, but a lot of times there is no reasoning with them. They just know what they have. They have one track mind. They want what they want, and they're going to go.
Right, and then at that point, you have to decide: is it worth fighting, or you just flee? And sometimes the flee is to just let the person take what they want and let them go. Exactly. Like I said, if I know for a fact that my life is going to be in danger one way or another, then obviously I'm going to commit to fight, because I stand a better chance of fighting if I can find a way to fight and de-escalate them and take them down and give me a way to. Now, I mean, and when I'm saying escalating, I'm escalating if I can fight them and push them and get them, put them in a position where I can find a way to get out of there, after I distract them and do what I need to do, then that's what I'm going to do.
Right. Right.
I'll do what I do to similar the situation or fight till I get an opportunity to run. And then.
I mean, of course, the main thing is to try to make sure you don't put yourself in that situation, because unfortunately that happens. But like I had no problem when I had my dog. And it was, it was just a little miniature poodle. I had no problems walking in the middle of the night. When he had to go to bed, to wake up in the middle of the night, walk him in the middle of the night, walk outside my neighborhood, in my complex. I don't have a dog anymore, but I still would not do that anymore.
Yeah, times have changed. I mean, legitimately, you have to be aware of your surroundings at all times.
Right.
Like I said, think about what you got in your purse. Maybe you got pins. Maybe you got a scissors. Be aware of things that you can use as weapons. Like I said, I've studied.
I used to say years ago, where they said I don't have my keys, but they put your keys through like your knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
So you get, you have that as a fighting tool.
I don't care how big they are. You hit them right here in the jugular, or you can pop them in the head quick enough. You're gonna stun them. And if you can at least stun them enough, or hit them in the nose, use your pump, hit them in the nose. You may shove it into their brains, but if that's what it takes, and I'm just being realistic.
Yeah.
They're, and we're going to talk about vital points of where to strike on the body. And again, I'm not going to say don't go out looking for trouble.
No,
don't even go looking for trouble. What I'm talking
about
what I'm saying,
is try not to put yourself in a position where you have to do that stuff.
But if you have to fight, then know your vital striking points. And we will go over. I will talk about the 5 vital. There's 5 vital. You got your secondary points on the body that could stun them or knock the wind out of them. But then you've got the vital points that if you hit them strong enough and get them in the right spot, could kill them. And you have to commit to that. And again, if you know for the fact that your life is totally in danger and you're committed to fighting, then you want to know these vital points, because it makes a difference on whether you're going to survive.
Right. Exactly.
And like I said, it's not that you go looking out. One, be aware of your surroundings so that you don't put yourself in that situation, so you don't do it. But then you also have to be that sometimes you get put into positions that you don't want to be, and you didn't put yourself there, but you end up in situations where you may have to make a decision on what you got to do. Yeah. But, so we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about committing to if you have to commit to fighting, make sure you do it with 100%. Absolutely. Don't hold back. Don't use fear. Use all the power you have. Use everything that you can. Because when it comes to a street fight, it's a no holds barred, and you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And and here's this. I bet you would never hear a guy say, gouge him in the eyes. Use your thumb to poke him in the eyes. Hit him in the ears. If you hit him hard enough in the ears, you can actually physically cause somebody to get stunned long enough to maybe open a way for you to get out of there. It's that type of things that we'll be talking about.
Yeah.
Besides the videos of me showing the different, what do we call them? We call them, now I'm trying to remember what the term is. I haven't used it in a long time, but they're Korea, there's a term called poomsae. What poomsaes are natural reactions, small defenses, practicing your skills of blocks and kicks. Now, granted, they're small things, but these are things that help a student learn. And eventually, as you get it, the poomsaes get better. But the beyond of it is to go beyond the poomsaes and let everything become a natural flow, when in your techniques and knowing the different things that you can. I mean, I'm going to tell you this. You actually have 26 different types of weapons on your one hand. How's that one for a load? You got 20 different techniques, 26 different techniques that you can use on one hand.
Wow.
But again,
with the legs and stuff, you're also getting exercise. You're becoming trying to work your body, become agile.
We will actually talk about martial arts being used for, like you said, somebody was joking with me earlier about yoga. I ain't doing no yoga, but you know what yoga is based on? It's kind of based on a Chinese movement patterns of relaxing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what you're talking about. Exercise, Tai Chi. Everybody knows what Tai Chi is, but does everybody understand that? Yes, Tai Chi is more of a relaxing, practicing slow movements. But do you realize back in the day, in the early days of Chinese, that Tai Chi was actually used as a self-defense?
Yeah.
Today it's more used for a breathing and slow, relaxing meditation, relaxing type of health exercises. But at one time, those movements, if you think about it and you think about it right, you can actually apply them to certain types of self-defense techniques. So, and those are the kind of so do you see the kind of topics that I'm going to talk about on some of the live streams? So, and they're quite interesting. So, and hopefully we can get some more people to come in and enjoy it. I would like to get people that have, like I said, I may reach out to Jennifer and Ron since they've studied, and have them come in and share their expertise on the thing. And like I said, I'm going to pull my stuff back out and start practicing again myself. Because one, I always felt good after it's always revitalized me and re-energized me when I always did the martial arts. I could walk into the training. I mean, not granted, the body gets physically tired from practicing and everything that you do, especially if you're doing knuckle push-ups. I'd like to see you. We need to get you and see if you can do some knuckle push-ups. But but it's an opportunity, and there's so many martial arts things that, over the years they've done so many martial art movies now. Mm-hmm. Granted, the martial arts have gone back into a low again. It seems like every 20 to 30 years you'll get somebody that's a good martial artist and that'll come out, and all suddenly you got a renewed interest in martial arts a little bit, like Wesley Snipes and some of those other actors that have been around for a while. Brandon Lee, I think Brandon Lee would still be acting today if he wasn't. And I don't think that was an accident. I still say somebody.
Yeah.
That's a whole different topic that we won't get into, but I have my feelings on that. But, I mean, what do you think of my ideas of where I want to take this channel?
I think that's
Debbie?
great. I'm excited for you. It's different. It's not the Disney. It's not the traveling. I mean, it is a little bit. You can maybe do a little bit of the traveling, but with the culture. But I think it's different, and it may entice even a whole new community for you.
Yeah, and it
You
might.
know, so I mean, that's exciting.
And it might get to the point where I can help teach other people. So I mean, it.
Hey,
Like
do
I said,
you do your traveling, and on the side you do teaching.
Yep.
Maybe you
And who
could
knows?
maybe you could go on some of these cruises and actually have like lessons. You could do that
Yeah.
too.
And I might even have to teach people on how not to fight with the trash cans that are taller than people. I wonder where that came from. You know what, Debbie? I love you to death. I know I pick on you a lot, but you know
That's okay.
you know that's how much you and Molly mean to me.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I'm gonna be the honest, truthfully. The three people I wanted to truly see was Pete, Molly, and you. Everybody else was it was added extras.
Right.
You guys were the main target. I mean, and I know it's kind of getting back onto the Disney subject, but I think I pretty much covered. I kind of covered what we were doing on the channel. So for all you guys that may join this channel and catch this, and again, this channel is an introduction to not this stream is just an introduction into what's going to be coming on this channel. It's going to take a little bit of time because I've got to start producing some stuff. Which right now with the way the weather is, it's hard to. So it may be more of topic chat, and I may call that may be what we call the live streams as topic chats, and talk about different things of the different martial arts, the different cultures. So, and obviously, Debbie, I would love you to be part of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and also talk not only that the different parts, but the importance of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can obviously it's to learn the different cultures, to learn the different martial arts, to learn the difference and how some of these overlap. Because believe it or not, karate and taekwondo does overlap. I mean, it's just that with taekwondo, it has more of the higher fancy kicks, where karate and them have more of just the basic balance kicks that would fit within the actual realm of self-defense.
You also talk about also the history and how it started.
Yes, well, and that's for every different martial arts that we talk about, we will look at where what country it came from, and we will look at the history of it. I mean, there may be martial arts. We may have to spend one or two topic chats just to cover it all on the history.
Right.
Because they're all unique, they're all different, and obviously, and we may talk about the different actors and actresses that have studied martial arts throughout the different movies. So we may even talk about some of the topics may come down to, would you have this martial art movie versus this martial art movie? And I'm even going to go back as far as doing, because here's what I would watch at night when I was younger. I would watch the Three Stooges because they would be on from 12 to 1. And then they would have Kung Fu Theater on at night. So I even want to step into that realm and maybe talk about some of the earlier days of the different Kung Fu movies versus some of the Kung Fu movies that you see today, like Jackie Chan and some of the other ones. So, so there's a lot I can do with this channel, a lot of good information, a lot of fun we can have. and hopefully maybe I can pass on some knowledge. Just
Right.
and even if you never do martial arts, you maybe you'll find some things interesting on some of the topics, or stuff that may actually help you think common sense about when you're out and by yourself and
Yeah.
all that. So,
Yeah.
so and as far as it relating to the other stuff on the other channels, obviously it will probably overlap, and eventually we'll actually probably have some of these people as it catches on.
Right.
They may come over to check on it.
Right.
Um,
And then, like I said, and also bring a new community too, just like Pete does with his sports. There's a lot of people in the sports that some spills over to the Disney,
yeah,
and some of the Disney
well,
went
yeah,
into the sports, and some he has brand new that has just goes the ones that just go for his sports and don't, and they
right.
don't do anything with Disney. They
Right.
don't step
They
into
don't do the
Disney.
Disney. Right. They don't step into the Disney World, but they stay with the.
The sports, right?
Yep.
So,
So and hey, I outrule Pete. I've got
so
3
that,
channels. He's only 2. Ha ha!
yeah,
Beat you, Pete. Just just saying,
Pete
buddy.
does enough.
Love you, buddy.
He does
I've
enough.
got 3 channels. You may have the original and the Deuce. I got the original, the Deuce, and the Trace. Maybe I ought to call this the Trace. No,
Yeah, but he
Pete
does
does a
so
great
much.
job. I couldn't do what he does, but what I'm doing with this channel, I can because I lived it and I loved it, and
Right.
I wish I was able to find. When I moved down here, I wish I was able to find a place. And I actually one time thought about opening a studio down here, and maybe I might still. I don't know. Maybe
Well,
I
that's why I
might.
said, like on the cruises, you could sort of cross there, and then you could, do like some. If you really get your training up, then and up there, then you could actually go on these cruises and actually do lessons and get paid for that way.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know the fact that it is what it is, and and I love the way I'm going to sign up. And look at that, Katie's already working on intro for me, so that'll
Oh,
be a
good.
good thing. I think that's what that all was when we were all too busy laughing our heads off,
Yeah.
trying to figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
And part of it was I had to step away to take care of something because I was hearing noise and I didn't know if it was the rain or which it was at that
Right.
point in time.
Right.
But
I got you. I got you. I got your back always, Dave.
oh, I know, Debbie. I know. Y'all do. And Mike does too. He actually set it up. I was actually hoping he would want to come in, but
Yeah, he probably was tired.
And he hadn't said anything. So
Yeah.
like I
Or he
said,
forgot.
we'll keep and we'll like I said, we'll continue to push this channel out to the other 2 channels till I can build it up at where I don't have to anymore. Because like right now, got 1 subscriber, and before they even really push you out, you have to have at least 10. So I know for a fact that I'll have to put a thumbnail. I'll probably do a thumbnail for it as soon as I can figure out what the schedule is, which the topic show for this may be on Wednesday nights. Since the other nights have Monday night has the Disney Life. Tonight had Disney's Vacation Oasis. Tomorrow night, I may actually start on a topic tomorrow night. So it just depends on what's going on, what sports are on, and who's streaming at the time.
Right.
So it may be. Plus, I have to go into the.
I know tomorrow.
I need to go into the studio and make sure that it says not for kids over 18. So I mean that's the other thing there's certain things I still have to set up. And I gotta remember where you do that. Oh God.
Yeah, and tomorrow night at 9:30, I think. 9:30, I have a Zoom meeting at nighttime. So, and that could run.
Tell Pete to stop having Zoom meetings on all the time.
No, it's not Pete's Zoom meetings. It's not Pete's.
Oh, it's another Zoom.
Another Zoom meeting. Not Pete.
Well, now you don't need to have all these Zoom meetings, Debbie.
No, this Zoom meeting is actually with when did Pete, do you remember when Pete interviewed Imagineer, a lady named Terry Harden?
Right.
Well, I'm part of her tribe, her Patreon tribe, and she usually does a Zoom meeting once a week, sometimes twice, but usually once a week. Sometimes it's during the day, and sometimes she does a nighttime one. So she's having a nighttime one, and we talk about everything. Talk about Disney. Talk about deep stuff. We talk about everything, but it's all part of Patreon. Yeah, I got involved with her in, I think, of March of last year, something like that. Yeah, she's a very interesting lady. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, we lost Dave. I'd like to see if he comes back.
I'm back.
Yeah, back.
Connection. I don't know if it's the weather or if it's the normal routine of
yeah, we've been going on for almost an hour anyway. So
yeah, so obviously that's where I'm going to go with the channel.
right, yeah.
Hopefully it gets you interested, Debbie.
Yeah.
Here's my thing about this, and we may even discuss, and I'm not trying to be mean, but we may talk about discussing self-defense for seniors. Not that I'm calling you for seniors, but
I know. I get
I'm
it.
talking as a black belt. Now I'm talking as a reality that seniors can defend themselves too. And it's a reality. I mean, and it's not trying to be mean. It's not trying to be mean to you or anybody else.
No, I get that.
It's one thing to tease you on the other channels, but this is something I take serious when it comes to anybody being able to defend themselves.
Right.
Whether it's a senior or whether it's a little kid, this stuff I take serious. And you think I'm serious on my travel channel? You see how serious I get on some of these topics here.
I get that.
And you see how passionate I am with the travel stuff.
Oh yeah.
So imagine how more passionate I am about this.
Oh yeah, I get
So,
that.
and it's good stuff. So, you know, and I don't know who this first, and I don't know who this first person is, but obviously, you know, I was didn't save it. Come on, save it. Okay, Sadie said. I was kind of worried it didn't go through when it kicked, so now I
Oh,
think it saved it. But because I always mark my stuff not for kids, even though this channel and the Disney are for kids. Well, they're all for kids too. Um, you know, except for our Friday night and Saturday night stuff. That's
right.
you know that's a little bit more. We know how those go.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to say that. But obviously, Debbie, first of all, thank you for subscribing.
You're welcome.
You are number one. You will always be number one. Nobody can take that away from you. So when somebody says I subscribed, I said, talk to the number one subscriber sitting right next to me. But obviously, I hope you look kind of like where I'm going to take this channel.
I do. I do.
And I look forward to it. And like I said, hopefully we can get more people to come in. Now you can tell them, say, look, I heard where he's taking this channel. I mean, there's actually going to be fictional story fun. There's going to be some videos that'll be fictional stories related to a character. So there's going to be stories that's going to be added to this. Kind of a different channel than what I've done before. Everything that we've done before is all realistic due to Disney and the travel. But this one is going to have a section for fictional stories with a character I've already got. And like I said, I'm creating, right now I'm in the process of creating AI backgrounds. And I think I just lost my headset. So I got to park my headset in because it just went down. Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you've been going at it for a few hours. But anyway, so so there's going to be the fictional karate stories. So hopefully it'll interest you guys, and I'll see how that goes as to whether I continue it or not. But I do know I like the topics, and I do think you guys will like the short videos when I'm showing different techniques and talking about the different techniques in the short videos. So. Plus, with the topics, I think this channel will do pretty good.
Right. Very good.
So, all right. With that, I'm going to say have a good night, everybody. Debbie, go get some sleep. You look like you're tired. You look like you're ready to.
Yep.
Well, I'm probably going to go pull another blanket out of there and throw it on my bed tonight and make sure I can stay cozy.
Yeah.
And then I got to make sure I turn off my alarm clock so I don't have to get up in the morning so I can
go. Very good.
But I don't know. I mean, my thing is right now I'm bored, but I don't think anybody else is streaming tonight except maybe. I know Walt and them were streaming a little while ago.
I'm sure he's on. And I saw Donna on for a little bit. It was a surprise stream for her. Don Jaworski.
Is it already? No, it can't. Well, yeah, I guess it is 10:30 because we did this started at 10:30.
Yeah, it's 10:30. Yeah, so it's
okay. Well, anyways, thank you for being the number one subscriber. With all my heart, that means a lot to me. Now, hopefully, between me and you, you can tell people said, "Look, I was on stream. I see where he's taking this, and it should be very interesting." And tell them to come check it out and have some fun.
Yep.
With that, guys, Debbie, have a good night.
You too, Dave.
Let's see,
Get your
tomorrow's
rest.
Wednesday. I may actually do something tomorrow night with this.
Right there. Like I said, I'm going to be on a Zoom call, so we'll see.
Well, I don't know what time. It's going to be earlier the night. It'll probably be like 6 o'clock, the normal 6 o'clock showing. I just don't know what Peter doing. So and I can guarantee you these topic things will only last about an hour. They're not gonna drag on an hour because I won't let the comic. Normally with the other channels, I can let the comic slide.
Right.
Not on this one. Not when it comes to the topics of.
Right. We got it.
Talking here, so I can guarantee you. So if you want to join me tomorrow at 6, I may talk about. I'm going to probably have to talk about. Well, I may talk about me finding and discovering the martial arts as a kid,
right?
And
that's a good start. How you got your for it?
Kind of a little bit more of a. I think tomorrow night I'm going to do an introduction more of me, but you're more than welcome to come join me on the thing and ask questions about. You'll get to see a real insight of me that most people haven't yet. So they're going to have to come and find out. So this is going just like all the. Remember when I did the 2 Truths and Lie? How many people got shocked when they heard half of the stuff that I did with Red Cross, martial arts? That I'm telling you, I had a bunch of people stumped that night, and they had never heard anything out of that before.
Yep.
That's kind of be like this, but this is now going to be an introduction of me. So, I mean, I'll reach out to Mike and see if he wants to come on board tomorrow night. But obviously, we will contain the comedic. We might have some laughs, but we'll contain the laughter. But so let me know if you want to. I'll probably send you a IG because we'll be done long before your thing. So, but I'm looking forward to this. So go get some sleep. It's almost been an hour, and I said it would definitely be no more than 45 minutes to an hour. So that's about what it is. Well, it's time to end it. So you can go get some sleep. I'll go putz around and do something. I don't know what. Probably put a movie on and go cuckoos. You know me. I'm a night owl. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
It ain't Tuesday. I need my Insomniacs. I don't know. Well, maybe. I wonder if Dad builds this streaming. Maybe he's
probably is.
He probably is. So with that, thank you for again being number one. Use the number one on this channel. So with that, guys, have a great night, and I look forward to seeing more people on the channel fairly soon.
All right. Good night, Dave.
Good night.